So welcome back aliens, I'm Naveen Reddy from Tariska Learnings, and today we have Majrul Ansari with us. So Majrul has experience of more than 12 years in the corporate industry as a trainer, and he's training on different technologies like Java, web services, name the technology in Java, and he has done his training there. So, and for different companies. So last year we were together for one of the training, and so that's how we met. And now he's here, so he'll be talking about web services, RESTful web services. Now, just to give you a glimpse what his web service is. So we are living in a world of websites, right? So we go to different websites, and what we access is pages, right? So as a client or as a person, we consume pages. But what happens, we sometimes we have a server and we have a client, which is you. So when you request for a page, you get an HTML page. But then sometimes what you have is you have a machine and a machine. This machine is a client machine and this is a server machine. When a machine needs a data from the server, a machine will not expect a HTML page. A machine will expect a data, right? Now that data can be represented in an XML format, or we can represent that in a JSON format. And the server will not be a normal server now, it will be a web services. Again, what exactly it is and how it works, that will be discussed by Majrul. So here we are.
Hello everyone, my name is Majrul Ansari. I'll try giving you a small introduction on REST web services today. Let's see in the time that I have with me what are the areas of REST web services that I can talk about. So let me get on to the topic very quickly, because I'm very bad in giving introduction. So people around here right now, so they will know why I'm saying like this. Okay. So coming on the topic, understanding what this concept is all about, starting with the acronym representational state transfer. The idea is all about developing web services. So this concept is nothing new. When we try fitting the concept of web services, we can say it is yet another solution for developing distributed applications. What did we used to do in the past? In the past, we used to use technologies like, let's say, Corba. If we go back in time, maybe Microsoft has its own ways of dealing with things, COM, and there were many other options which came over a period of time. In Java, we had EJBs, RMI, a lot of options. So the concept goes back in time. There is nothing new we are talking about. It's the age-old thing that we are going to repeat again. Just that the technologies we will use would be different. The protocol we will use would be different. The concepts a bit here and there will change, but most of the things remain the same. So anyone who has any background of any other areas which are similar to this, if you worked on, then this topic will become very easy. When I talk about web services, before REST, we can say we had another style of web service development. So that was called as SOAP. So there are two ways of developing web services, we can say today. SOAP style web services and this REST style web services, RESTful web services, that's how people generally refer to this as. Simple Object Access Protocol, the acronym for the same. And yeah, we just talked about this, but we need to go into the details about understanding why this kind of a name was given. What is the thesis behind this naming convention that the guy who actually introduced this, I'll talk about him also very soon. So there are two ways of developing web services, SOAP and REST. This is now very much outdated. We don't talk much about using SOAP for new applications that we are developing today. Any project that we actually do today, when we can think about, it's all REST based. If we are going to use web services, it's going to be REST everywhere by default. No one is using SOAP. It's only for existing applications for which developers still need to know about SOAP as a technology and all the concepts associated with it. But for any new application, as I said, we just need to focus on this one thing. Now, the guy who has come up with this concept, who introduced this concept of representational style web services or state web services, the guy behind this, Roy Fielding. Now, he's the same guy who has been, he has been the principal author, or you can say the co-author of HTTP protocol. So he's a very senior guy in the industry, and he is the one who was a member of the team that was responsible for designing this protocol. So when we talk about the person who has designed the protocol, well, when this guy came up with this concept of developing REST web services, I'm sure you all agree with me, like this guy knows about this protocol better than anyone else. So what he said was that when we are going to develop web services over here, we are going to use just HTTP protocol. That's it. We don't want to use any other protocol. So the idea of REST-based web services is how we can use HTTP protocol for developing the same. SOAP altogether came up with a different concept. There was a different protocol that was created. It itself is called as a protocol, Simple Object Access Protocol, which would work on top of HTTP protocol. So it also needs support of HTTP protocol. So your connection between the client and the server would be established using HTTP, and on top of HTTP there would be this layer of SOAP that would be established between the client and the server. So there were a lot of challenges when we had to develop and consume SOAP based web services. So this guy just removed this concept of SOAP completely, and he said that HTTP protocol is sufficient for you to develop your web services. Now initially people disagreed. Why? Because when this protocol was created, let's say more than 20 years back, it wasn't thought about that people will be using it for developing web services. So he had to prove that why HTTP is sufficient. You don't need any other protocol. So he basically just came up with a PhD thesis of his, and he shared his ideas with the community. Everyone started liking it, and then today every technology, whether it is Java, .NET, and no matter which other language we work with, everyone is providing us some API that we learn as developers, which conform to the principles laid down by Roy Fielding. So he has outlined that if you're going to develop web services using HTTP protocol, these are the things you should take care of. We'll talk about that very soon now. So that's a bit about the initial thing about web services, the concept which it goes back in time. I have not yet talked about how this name was coined. So we'll also try discussing about this full form in detail. What exactly these bits mean over here, representational state transfer. We'll talk about that. We just talked about the guy behind this and what his idea is to promote HTTP protocol, nothing more than that.